Hi, I'm Ashley Adamson. So I just got out of the shower and I put my piece, you know, that piece between your legs. I put that piece, whatever you want to call it, I squeezed it between my legs and I looked down and I kind of did a little bit of role playing and imagined if it was gone. And I don't know if you've done this. Have you done this before to simulate what it would be like to have your bottom parts removed? By the way, if you hear those squeaking, those are baby birds. I have a baby bird nest inside my tiny home. They're living on the outside part of the roof. There's like an in-between spot. So if you hear them, it's because Mama is feeding them. And yeah, that's the rooster next door. I live on a farm, if you can't already tell. But this thing of simulating this imaginary state of where you could be can kind of help you realize some things about yourself and also where you want to go, right? Like, I'm not sure where you are in your transition. You may be starting, you may be midway, you may be towards the end. Like, I'd also love to hear from you in terms of what stage you're at. But wherever you are, to make decisions to go forward into the next step of your life and where you want to go, how do you do that? How do you like simulate that kind of a thing? And I find that my imagination is probably the best way to anchor in decisions, because you can make decisions with your mind, but your mind is going to make up a lot of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you had times where you're like, oh my God, I literally just made all of that up in my head and none of that was real, right? Now, on the other hand, there's ways where you can find reality by listening to what's in here, what's in your heart. If you had those moments where it's just like, boom, aha, this is it. This makes sense. This is for me. This is how I like to be. This is who I am. That kind of stuff. That's the inner knowing, or what I call the inner knowing. It's the part within you, within your heart, within the nothingness that rests inside, that then suddenly shouts out, this is me. This is inherently who I am. And it's something deeper down within you that goes beyond the superficial aspect. So I use imagination, and this is kind of what I encourage you to do, is use imagination to help you make the bigger decisions and the bigger realizations of what you are seeking to get answers on. Are you trans? Should you take surgery? What kind of surgery should you do? Should you do hormones? All of these things. It can feel like a really, really big decision, right? But you don't have to make it all at once. This kind of goes hand in hand with the imagination and the inner knowing. So let's say you're at the beginning of pre-transition, before you decide that you're actually trans. Am I trans? Well, what you can do is you can start to do little things that will help you understand whether or not you are trans or not. For me, I would wear makeup, get dressed up, see how it feels. And then that's the walking of the path where you say, okay, I don't know, but I'm going to keep walking this path, and then something will happen inevitably that will hit you within here. And then you'll say, oh, okay, yes, this makes sense. This feels right. Or, oh, no, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't feel right. And use that as your guidance, right? Use that as your guidance. People always come to me saying, well, Ashley, like, I don't know, or gee, like, you know, am I really trans? Am I faking it? Do the experimentation. Do the things that will help you come to the realization deep within you, that inner knowing, so that it calls out and tells you what it is. Do you understand? Listening to that part that wants to speak, but not getting it to speak until it's time for it to be spoken. That's pretty deep, right? Sometimes I love it when that happens. I had no idea that was going to happen right there. But this is it. This is the part. And I'm going through this. And I don't think I'll ever not go through this for the rest of my life. This way of kind of taking steps, going in a direction of a feeling, gee, you know, I don't know if I'm trans. Gee, I don't know if I should take HRT. Gee, am I really a woman? And right now for me, it's, gee, vaginoplasty. That seems like the right thing. I want to get a vagina, right? What are all the things that I can do to stimulate that part within me so that I can get answers? So a little thing, I just look down and kind of squeeze my legs together and hide the piece and look at it. Baby birds, you can hear them getting fed. And that's kind of the, I mean, it hit me. It really did. I shed a tear, or two or three. You know how I am. Sometimes I can cry a lot. And that is a reaffirmation of that I'm on the right path, that I'm making the right call, that I'm doing the right things. I hear sometimes, and maybe you question yourself here, are you really trans? Are you just faking it? Are you just making it up? No one can answer that for you. Do you think anyone can? Because I don't. If you let someone else answer it for you, then you're making the wrong decision. I'll tell you that. Because that will lead you down a path of making more decisions based on what other people are telling you. And look at where that's taken you. I feel like trans people in general are people that have been on that path of being told who they are for so long that eventually they figure out something's not right. So if you're to get anything from this video today, I want you to get this. It's an iterative path. You need to try out things. You need to continue to experiment and use imagination, use visualization, use the tools to stimulate the knowing within you so that it can speak. But don't try to force its hand. Don't try to get it to say what you want it to say. Let it just be. And when it's time, it'll say what it wants for you. Thank you for joining me today. Let's do a little bit of energy closing. Close your eyes. Put your hand on your heart. Just tap into that for a second. Listen. Say to your heart, I love you. I feel you. And I'll listen to you. That's it. Please like and subscribe. Join us on Discord. And if you want to, you can even support me on Patreon and make these videos for free. Maybe I'll see you in another episode soon. Bye.